So, you know what? Brighton are actually playing with us, the whole Ben White situation. How exactly are they doing it? So, we're going to talk about it, yeah. And more importantly, we're also going to talk about Eduardo Camavinga in this episode. Well, let us also talk about Kieran Tierney's interview as well. So, we're going to talk about that as well. Yeah. And what about this whole Xhaka thing? It's just dragged too much that I'm not even interested to know more about it. But okay, I have news, so I will give you that. So let's talk about Ben White, ladies and gentlemen. So Brighton say, I mean, sorry. So Charlie Wyatt says that Brighton are playing hardball with Arsenal over Ben White and demanding 50 million pounds plus add-ons. Plus add-ons. Arsenal, whose first bid was 40 million, are discussing a potential offer of 45 million plus 5 million in add-ons, but Brighton still insist they want even more. The clubs are locked in talks with Albion owner Tony Bloom refusing to back down. A string of other clubs had been interested in the England centre-back, 23 years of age, including PSG, Tottenham, Liverpool and Dortmund. So that is that. Wow. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. We'll come to more about it. So, well, also Phil Foden was asked about which England player has surprised him the most. He says, I really haven't seen a lot of Ben, and he came in and has been brilliant in training. So I'd say Ben White. So Ben White has surprised him a lot, says Phil Golden. Let's see if that's true or not. So according to Sports Media Set, the agreement for Xhaka's transfer to Roma is now close. As soon as Switzerland are out of the Euros 2020, Roma will be free to close the deal. The distance with Arsenal is minimal, and with the player and the players okay, the agreement will be found. So Roma, see, first of all, get the job done. Take him if you're taking him. He wants to go. See, I'm not gonna talk shit about him. I'm not gonna say that he's a shit player or this or that. But seriously, man, I mean, I just feel like a Manchester United fan who still believes that Sancho is going to come to Manchester United. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to come. Of course, he's going to come to Manchester United, but aren't you guys out of your depth of your patience? Because if you're not a football fan, man, you have to react. And if you don't want to react, that's fine. But yeah, I'm just pissed with this whole Granit Xhaka situation. Get out if you really want to take him. Just take him out, man. Moving on, so Kieran Tierney shared his compilation of assists that was provided via the official Arsenal YouTube channel. So he used their Twitter account. So they actually came up with this compilation of what Kieran Tierney has done at Arsenal. So he retweeted that and commented. The caption was, "Thank you everyone for your support and messages. Always appreciated and grateful. Delighted to sign the new contract." That's what Kieran Tierney is all about. So Tierney opened recently about Saka and Smith Rowe. He says, those two players, they are world class and they will be for years and years. At times they carried the team this season. When we needed a goal or an assist, they popped up. For players so young, it's amazing to have that in the team. And talking about his love that he's receiving at Arsenal. So Tierney says, obviously the love that I had at Celtic, I thought you can't replicate that anywhere, but from day one the Arsenal fans have shown me so much love. They have been patient with me through injuries. Times when it's not gone well, they have stuck with me. Even messages on social media and seeing people on the street, it's just brilliant and it gives you confidence. I just can't wait to get fans back in the stadiums now. Well, he loves to be he just wants to be with the fans, and that's the best part about Kieran Tierney, man. Always been a captain material that he always wanted. So Tierney on his new contract says, they have been patient with me through it feels amazing. Firstly, when the manager came to me and said, we want you to extend your deal, we are so happy with how you've come along. It was just amazing for me to hear that, because I've worked hard since I joined. I think the vision of the club, where it wants to go, and the expectations of the club are why I signed. Where I want to be in football is at the top. There's no doubt about it. We're not where we want to be just now, but we are going in the right direction. The way the club is run from inside is amazing. I love everyone. I love all the staff. I love all the players. I love the manager. And working with them is an absolute joy. Being happy in life speaks for a lot, and I'm happy. So I was more than happy to commit my future. Well, crazy stuff. He's happy to commit his future, but some people have to be made happy so that they can actually commit their future, just like Eduardo Camavinga with Rennes. Now, Alexis Bernard for Latent Sport Mercato has actually wrote a piece or gave us his peace of mind about what's actually happening. Camavinga. So, Rennes has just sent a great offer to Eduardo Camavinga. The Frenchman seems ready to stay, but to convince Camavinga to stay in the training club, Rennes pulled out all the stops. According to our information, the Bretons have just sent him a very good financial offer in order to extend his contract and thus avoid a departure this summer or free in a year. At the end of its current lease, our sources indicate that Rennes really made a good financial effort to send him this proposal, and with a more substantial salary for a player of his age in Ligue 1. How did Camavinga react to this? Positively. The player and his new representatives since the end of 2020, Jonathan Barnett, who manages Gareth Bale in particular, says, can only recognize the financial efforts made to try to make him stay, but the questions no longer seem to revolve around the competitiveness of Rennes. If Eduardo Camavinga seems keen to stay, he also wants the club to give itself the means to be able to continue to shine in France as on the European scene. As for Kylian Mbappe with the PSG, the financial offer will not be enough. We also need sporting guarantees for the workforce who will be present next season. So that's the demand. So what about why am I saying you this? Well, his report also opens up about Arsenal. He says, in England, Arsenal have made Camavinga one of their priorities. As stated by Leighton on May 10th, the Gunners have worked hard to prepare the ground for his arrival. The presence of Jonathan Garnett is a solid asset for a transfer to England, and Arsenal is doing quite well at with the Frenchman. But for now, neither Paris nor Arsenal have sent an offer to Rennes. On the table, there is only one beautiful and solid proposal, that is to extend with Rennes. Where he goes, only time will tell. So, Victor Orta opened up about the whole. There was a moment between Sergio Ramos and Ben White. So, Leeds director Victor Orta told the Phil Hayes show about comments made by Ramos on White before he had even spent a season on loan at Ellen Road. He said, Ben White doesn't play one game in the championship before. The loan at Newport was really good, and when we start to monitor, because we were watching, to be honest, I feel impressed. I remember the first moment Sergio Ramos said, who is this kid playing in the line of Newport, and was really impressed. So Sergio Ramos is really impressed with him. Ray Parlour has urged Arsenal to sign Alexander Isak. He says, speaking to TalkSport, Parlour said, my Arsenal team would love to have him. He's got a massive release clause, 57 million, I think. Good feet, really quick, powerful. He's really exciting and has been excellent for Sweden. So, they want Isak, yeah? Lovely. Great to see that. So, since Kieran Tierney has signed a new contract, Arsenal's purchase for new Kaká has begun. Yes, Arsenal have reportedly one of the clubs. They've been monitoring the situation of Thiago Thomas, sporting one decade, but according to Goal, Arsenal have had informal discussions with Thomas's representatives regarding a move to the Emirates Stadium this summer. However, a deal could be scuppered by Thomas's desire to play European football, since Arsenal don't have any. So, let's see. 52 million price tag is a little too much. A lot, to be fair. So yesterday I reported to you guys about the whole the French team that was announced to go to the Olympics. William Saliba, Benoit Badiashile. So 5 of the French players, them going to the Olympics, it was actually confronted by their French their French teams, club teams or league teams that own them, or rather that employ them, had complained that, you know what, we did not give them the permission. How the hell are they going to the Olympics? So RMC Sport have given their update. They say that 5 players selected for the French Olympic teams have been declined participation by their club so far. All of them are French clubs. So if they don't want to send the players, they're pretty much being strict about it. So yeah. that is that. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Until then.